We have collected some data, right, over the last couple weeks. Some of us did. Those of us who were here, we got some information about each other. But let's see if we can use that information. So I wonder if we can figure out the height of a typical high school student. Some people, I've met people who have dogs, and they say, and they're real big fans of dogs, if a puppy is born with big paws, they know it's going to be a big dog. It's going to be real big. So they want to get that puppy that has the biggest paws out of the litter. Now, do you think we could do the same by using your paws? Well, I'm sorry, they're called hands. But could we measure your hands and figure out the height of a high school student? Let's see if we can take the information we've gathered and do something like that. So in statistics, a variable is a single trait. We measured some of these traits. We measured our height, measure our hand span, right? But those are all different for every person, so that's why they're called a variable. A data set that only has one trait, that only measures one thing, is called one variable data, okay? It tells us one thing about that set. Now, you can show that data with different things. You can use a pictograph, okay? Pictograph that's got pictures of CDs to show music sales, and CDs were like iPhones, but they only held 12 songs, and you couldn't text on them. Yeah, they were a lot less exciting. You could use a bar graph and show the bars to represent the information that you're measuring. You have a frequency chart. Well, I mean, they're called frequency charts, but we usually call them like pie or circle chart, or a dot plot. And we use these to measure our, what do we measure? Hand spans, yeah. Hand spans. And we also use them for our height. But when you have two traits, when you want to show two traits, it's two variable data. So we measure two pieces of information. Our hand spans, right, down here on this dot plot, and our heights on this dot plot. So is there a way, though, that we can use one dot to show both pieces of information? Because right now we have a dot that shows hand span and a dot that shows height. Just throw out ideas. Anyone know how we could do it? Any way you want to try? No, don't try anything. It's fine with the two dots. But I don't want to waste the time of people like, all right, we've got to look here to see how tall you are, and then we've got to go over here to see your hand span. Somewhere we could put that information together? Okay, 9 in the morning, no ideas just yet. So let's say we have two number lines. Have you guys ever seen two number lines together? You have? When was that?
I think last year we were doing, it was something similar to this, but I forgot what it was, but it was pretty interesting on the results.
Okay, let's see what we can do with those results, all right? So if we took this one and kind of moved it over here, and this one, and lined them up together, and then now we match them up, and we have, oh, okay.
That's pretty much how it looked, but a lot of people were really tall in that class, though.
Oh, see, so it was the even taller one. I got it.
Yeah, some people had big hands, or some people had little hands.
Nice. Yes, we did talk about that. But there are lots of varied hand sizes. But the lowest we went was the 18. So when we have this two variable data, we usually use a thing called a scatter plot to show it. It looks kind of scattered on there, right? Like you took a handful of glitter and just kind of threw it on there, right? They're scattered all over the place. It's not a neat line or curve or anything. So when you're displaying those two on a graph, we had our hand span and our height. Right? We said we can go over to someone's hand span, and then we can go up to their height. So this student right here in the middle had a hand span. We go 18, 19, 20, 21, and then was about, let's see, that's 178 centimeters tall. So because of that dot, we know those two things about that person. Now when you use a scatter plot, it's on what's called a coordinate plane. Okay, a plane meaning a flat surface. We're not using like a three-dimensional at the moment, but some things about that is that we call them x and y's, right? They're just number lines, but when we put them together, we call them x and y. And when we put them together, though, we have to meet them at a certain point. We have to meet them where they both meet. That's our origin. And they're divided into 4 quadrants. I don't know who picked and why, but they put number 1 up here where all the positives are, but then they went counterclockwise from there. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. To find those points, we use what's called an ordered pair. We call them ordered pairs. It's the location on that point. You go with the horizontal location first, and then the vertical location. Some really specific vocabulary. They'd be called an abscissa when we go horizontal. Let me see, which way does the abscissa go? Thank you, Mr. Rombo. Yes, and Abel, excellent, extra points. All right, so horizontal would be the abscissa, and then we go up to the ordinate, or x and y. Heard x and y sometimes? So, if we're going to find this a, we're going to go over 2 on the abscissa, or the x, and then we're going to go up 4 for the y, or the ordinate. And then the middle point, okay, they both are going to meet at the origin, where they're both what? 0 and 0, right? But if we want to come back this way, we've got to go into the negatives. Since we're at 0, anything behind it is a negative, so -5. And then if we need to go below it, it's also a negative. Like on a thermometer, I have to do it on close tubes. Went down, so we go down 2. So over 5 and down 2. Okay? So we're going to need to make a chart for all of us. We want to get that information about our hands and our height together. I think we're missing a couple people's information up on this board. Onto that graph paper. And let's mark a 0 point. You know, our origin or whatever, where the 2 of them are going to meet. Let's put it somewhere down toward the bottom left. Put a point. Where 2 of those blue lines meet, go ahead and put a point. So put the dot in the bottom left somewhere of your graph paper. And then from there, let's make a horizontal line going along one of the blue lines, and a vertical line going along one of the blue lines.
Do you guys have a ruler? You guys can use a ruler.
And if anyone wants a ruler, I have one. So once we've done that, we need to see what's the biggest handspan we have. What's the biggest handspan? 23. 23? Yeah, 23 is the highest right now. Okay. So we're going to use that information to label the axis and make some tick marks, see how high we need to go. If we're at 23, then we're on the handspan on the bottom. What do we want to count by to get to 23? How many? Count by 5s, 2s? I like either one of those. Let's see, how many little blue lines do we have going along this till we get to the end? So I count from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. See how many we have till we get kind of towards the end of the paper. How many did you get? 29. 29, 29, what do you guys? 27, 29. Okay. So we'll go with, we've all got at least about 27, okay? What can we count by to get to 23? We count by 2s, and we'll get there in 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. We'll get there in 12. Could we just count by 1s? Could we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, we can do that. So what do you guys want to do? I'm going to let you choose. 1s or 2s? 1s. I got 1s. I go to 1s. And lady? Doesn't care either way. Frankie? And Juanita?
1, 2. 2.
1, 2. It's interesting. I think that's a half. 1s. Okay, so we have more people who want 1s. Let's just go with 1 so that we can have all the similar data. So we'll do that first blue line that's coming right here. We're going to label that. We're going to put a little tick mark and do 1. And then we're going to go to the next one, put a tick mark and put a 2. And the next one and a 3. Is that axis labeled? And let's put what we're measuring on that one. We said that one's the handspan. So let's put that's the handspan. And it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 27. But what are those? Those are our handspan measured in centimeters, right? Yeah. If those were inches, we'd all be palming basketballs or car tires. But they're centimeters. So now on the vertical, okay, what was our maximum height? Oh man, who's the tallest one? You? Okay. Juanita, she's kind of towards the bottom, but no, we have someone shorter than you. Don't worry about it. Although no, we had Paige in here last week. Who's the tallest? Me. Frankie. Frankie, you're 179 now. Do you think we have 179 ticks all the way up to the left side? No, we don't have 179. So now we need to pick something besides ones to count by.
Starting with 100?
Can we go 100? Oh, go 100 and then 1, 2, 3?
Yeah.
Well, let's see how many tick marks we have up from there. Let's count those blue ones.
Mine
No, it's totally fine, but yeah, just count the blue ones. 1, 2. What'd you get?
28.
Got it. Oh, 28. Okay, so we're still similar to the other one. Anyone get anything less than 28? 38. 38. 36. Okay. Sure it's 28?
From all the way from the bottom, that was one, to where you made that dot, all the way up.
I think maybe it's 38. Okay, 36. Yeah, if this is 29, and they're the same size, so that would be about 29. And then like 10 more, so. We'll just assume that 36 so far is the smallest.
Let's see how many that is.
One either.
36.
39, 36, young lady?
31.
31? 31? I might be a little more. 'Cause you started way at the bottom.
She didn't go all the way to the top.
Oh, okay. If you went to the top, you have about 10 more. Okay. And?
I'm trying to think if it's 27 or somewhere. There's
Are
some
you towards the
other
bottom? Oh, yeah, you're.
between.
She didn't go all the way to the
That's
top.
true. You didn't go to the top. Okay. So let's see. If we need to use 20 or 30, let's say 30. We need to use 30 of them to get to 180. I guess is our tallest. 180. What 180. How can we count by?
30.
What do we count by? We count by 30s, and we get there real quick, huh? 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. Get there in 6, so it'd be really small. So we kind of want to spread it out like we have that bottom one. So let's go a little smaller than 30. 10? Okay, 10. We get there in how many? If we need to get to 180, and we're counting by 10s, how many 10s are going to get us to 180?
18.
8, 18, 18. Okay, so yeah, you went just to the 80, right? Cool. But 100 more, another 10. Yeah, that'll get us to 18. What about 5? Let's see, do we have room for 5? Well, what's 5? Okay, so 5 30s. What's 5 times 3? 15. And add a 0 to the end? 150. Okay, so that's not enough. Huh? So I guess we'll go with 10s. 10s work? Okay. So we're going to label this the height in centimeters, and we're going to start with 10. What comes next? 20. Nice.
There you go, 10's on the left side.
Let's see here. Let's see, how many points do we have? We have 2, 4, 6, 8. Actually, I think 8 should be enough. Let's see. So we have those 2 pieces of data. We are going to plot each of our points on here. Okay, let's start with Enrique because he's at the top. And we're gonna go find his on the handspin. Go over to the 18. So on the bottom. Go over to the 18. Go over to the 18 tick mark. Go to the 18 tick mark. Okay, and then we need to go up to how tall Enrique is. Enrique's got 164 centimeters. So we're going to go over to the 18, sorry. We're over here at 18. And then we need to go up to where that blue line, that's why we make the lines on the blue one. So we have 160, 170, 180, right, way up here. Where are we gonna put Enrique's height?
About the middle of 160 and 170.
Middle of 160 and 170? Okay, so like 164 maybe about right here. So we're gonna come together and put our point. Okay. And then we have okay, next. Okay, so he's over here, that's 19, here's 20.
We're gonna go from here.
Go over to 20,
18.
and go up to my friend Abel. How tall are you?
177.
177, so where are we gonna put that?
Go over 18 and go up to
Close to
164, about there.
Close to 180, huh? Almost 180,
160,
you're almost there. Right there. Okay? Ooh, that's making an interesting relationship. Okay, so we got yours, went over here. I like to use an app that'll allow me to like show it up on the board, but again, kind of dim it a little bit. Our photographer over here, you zoom in on those. Okay, so we have a lot of them, and they look kind of similar. They all kind of have that. What shape would you say that is?
A sickle.
Oh my gosh! Did you just say a sickle? What's a sickle?
I don't know how to explain it, I know what it is though.
Do you know what it's used for?
Farming equipment.
Farming equipment, yeah, exactly. Like, I guess the most common picture of a sickle we see is like a Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Right, it's got a sickle, a thing that comes up and curves. So if you got one that kind of comes up and curves like that, I think you got the same as everyone else. Okay, we're looking good. I think the ladies are finishing up back there. Thank you very much, photographer. So, let's go with, oh, yeah, that's all over the place. And our small dots everywhere. Do you guys see any patterns on here? Like, is there, I mean, other than it looking like a sickle, does it look, do you see a pattern or a shape? Do you see a shape?
I see like that they're right by each other, some of the height.
Oh, they're right by each other. So what does that tell us about high school students?
Most of them are really tall.
Most of them are tall. And what does it say about their hands?
Decent size.
They're decent size. I like that. I like that word, decent size. Okay, they're decent size. Well, do we have some really, really tiny hands? Do we have really, really tiny hands over here? No, we don't have any really, really tiny hands. And do you have any really, really short people? Like that tall? No. I've got a 5-year-old that's that tall, but we don't have any high school students that tall. She'd probably be like 90 centimeters. So, we can see the relationship. It describes most high school students, right? You guys make up most high school students. Can we tell if someone has a hand span of 18 centimeters, and we look at our graph, do we know exactly how tall they are? Why not, Enrique?
Because you just said, you didn't give us the height. You didn't give us the height, you just said the answer.
Okay, but if we moved over to 18, if we all move over to 18 on the bottom, and we go up, do we know exactly how tall a student is? No, why not?
It doesn't give the exact amount. It's just a really close roundabout.
Real close. Okay, so like if you have a hand of 18, right? We have 2 people with 18. You could be either 144 or you could be 164, right? So it's what's the difference between that?
Pretty significant difference.
Okay, significant. From 60 to 40, that's 20. Okay, so 20 centimeter difference. You could be from here all the way up to here if your hand is 18 centimeters. So I don't think that we're as easy to measure as puppies, right? Let's get some experience, because when I do a lot of math, and I do graphing and stuff, or I see math, I don't see it written on a piece of paper and a pencil very often. I see it on a computer or in a magazine or something like that, right? So let's try putting this information into a calculator. Awesome. So first, press the button that says list. It is located right here in the middle. It says list. Once you turn it on, press list. So down at first, where it says L1, on L1, we're going to type in this first column. So let's put in 18, type 18, and press enter. Cool. Okay, 18. Enter. It's not touch screen, unfortunately. Yeah.
Put 18 again or not?
No. What's the next one? Oh, 20. Yes. Never mind. You're right.
Okay.
Press. Put 20. Enter. And then 18. Enter. 21 and a half. Okay. Did everyone enter in Juanita's 17?
Yep, I did.
Okay. You did. Did you get all the way down to this?
maybe all of it.
Okay, just hit the number and hit enter. The next one.
There's no 21 and a half.
There's no 21 and a half button?
So the next one.
Okay, there is a 21 and a half button, but I'll show you where it is right at the end. When everyone gets down to the 17. So what we're going to do, 18, enter. Alright, 17 enter. Type 21. 21. Okay. There's a white button, I believe.
Yeah, 21.
Yeah, a white button
So go back up.
that says unit. Okay?
There you go.
Press the unit
Type
button.
in 21, don't hit enter yet.
Okay.
21.
See, you get that kind of like, you get this crazy looking thing. Looks like a U kind of.
He's going over that right now.
Okay, did she type the 21 and then press unit?
Unit, which is where the map.
And it'll look like this. Yeah, show your neighbor where the unit is. Cool. Alright. Then let's put a 1 for the 1 in the half. And then press B over C. B over C is a white one next to unit.
Right next to you.
Cool, right next to unit. Cool. And let's press 2. And press enter.
Now enter.
Okay. 21 and a half. Cool. Okay, and then continue with the rest of them.
Unit, right?
So press the right arrow.
One.
The right arrow, the red right arrow. Oh, did you? Okay, go back over and type in what you want.
Oh,
B/C, and then 2, and then hit enter.
So press the right arrow, and then
I don't know what happened the first time.
here you go, right arrow, and then start entering in those heights. Start entering in the 164, enter, 177, enter, 144, enter. Okay.
Finish.
Okay. Now, let's tell this calculator make that graph for me. Okay? Has everyone entered in all of them? Let's see, everyone got the 162. If you make any errors, let me know. We can just go back up and type over.
Or 160. And then 162. Okay. Just hold it right.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, you're good. Erase this stuff real quick. All right. Okay. Let's go on to making the graph do what we want it to. We want it to make a scatter plot for us. So, press the second button. Second's going to be your real good friend. It's the yellow one. It's the yellow one. It's a really important one. The second will make the key do something different. So we want to press that Y equals, because it has a plot above it. Second will make it do the plot part. Okay, push this one. Second, Y equals. Second, Y equals. Second, Y equals. Yeah. Alright, so second Y. Sorry. Oh, were you off a little bit?
Yeah.
And then you delete that one. There we go, sorry. Okay, so second Y equals. And then it should look like this. It says plot 1. It says plot 1 and off. Plot 1 and off. Second Y equals. It says on? Interesting. Okay. Everyone besides my friend Frankie, press enter 2 times. We're going to turn it on. Enter and then enter. Enter 2 times. Let me see if I can do the scatter plot. So that's highlighted. It's on 1 and 2. Go. All right. So now it's turned on. Now though, press graph. Okay, press the graph button. It's in the top right. That top right button. You see a graph, right? Okay. Yeah. You see? Do you see any points on there?
Do you see the 1
Are the points on there? No, huh? No, because that graph right there, yeah, if you only hit it. Oh, look at that. All it's doing, it's going from positive 10 down to negative 10, and positive 10 over to negative 10. Where are our points? Yeah, they're way past, huh? And they're counting by tens. So this thing is called a window, right? So do you see a button on there that says window? Yeah. Okay, press the window button. Window, cool. Window. All right. So that first one says our x minimum, our minimum x, the smallest x that we had. Now, our smallest one was 15, right? But we want to see where those two lines meet. And what number do they meet at? Two number lines always meet at what numbers? 0. 0, 0. Okay, so let's leave it as a 0. So type 0 and press enter.
0 and enter. For your x and
Go ahead.
0.
All right. Our tallest handspan, though, or our biggest handspan. What was the biggest handspan?
23.
23. What did we go up to on our papers? What did we go up to on our papers? On the horizontal? Some people went up to. What'd you go?
I went to 180.
On here? On the handspans?
27.
27, 29. Let's all go with 27. Let's all type 27 because some people went higher. So let's type 27 in that X max and press enter 2 times. Enter 2 times. Enter one more time. Cool. All right. Now this X scale. Remember we did the tick marks on. What did we count by on those ones on the bottom there? Well, we counted by ones. Is there a 1 right there?
Yeah.
Is there a 1 right there? Press enter. Press enter because we already have the 1, so we're good. Does yours have a 1?
Oh, I have 1.
Oh, this one was the 27. So type
Is the
27.
y minimum gonna be 0 too?
Enter and press enter 3 times. Good point, Abel. What'd you say? Can you say that a little louder, please?
Is the y minimum gonna be 0 also?
We want to see where they meet, so yeah, let's keep that one. Type 0 and press enter on the y minimum. Okay. And our biggest, what did we go up to on the height?
180.
180. So let's type 180 and press enter. We all did 180. Press enter. Awesome. Okay, now that one, the X scale, it has a 1 right there right now. What did we count by when we went up?
What was the scale?
We counted by 10, so let's type 10 and press enter. 10 and press enter. 10 and press enter. Okay, and now, let's make sure.
10.
Check your neighbors, make sure both of yours look the same. They're the same thing? There you go, perfect. It's the same, all the same. Now let's see if we can, if the calculator found our points. Let's see if it found our points. Press graph. Good graph, guys. This graph in the top right.
Oh, same.
Perfect. There you go. Do you see the whole quadrant or just quadrant 1?
Just like that.
Does that look like yours?
Does it look similar?
That looks similar to yours? Cool. Okay, so the calculator did it for us. The calculator did the graphing that we had done on by hand. Okay. So we know the calculator can do a lot for us. So now you can use that when I think most times we're doing scatter plots. Maybe next week we'll do another scatter plot, but other than that, we're going to use the calculators to do this stuff for us because it does it faster and better than our hands do. So let's we're going to use this new book. Let's turn over our line paper. Turn over the line paper with the chart on it. Because we'll be able to use both of them. Thank you so much. And we're going to do page 83, numbers 8 and 10.